Game coverage of the NCAA Softball Championships Knoxville Regional, and we are joined by representatives from regional champion Tennessee. From left to right, our head coach Karen Weekly and student athletes Zaidi Puni and Payton Gottshall. Coach, if you could start us off with an opening statement.
Well, I started Friday by thanking the university for everything they do to put on a great regional tournament. And I just need to reiterate that I am so blessed to work at a university that takes such great pride in what they do. And I mean, shout out to our grounds crew yesterday. What a day with the weather we had to deal with, and they're phenomenal. I mean, we go all over this country and we don't see as big of a group that's so invested in doing things right, and the field played incredibly well and looked amazing. So I'm just very grateful to everyone who works here at Tennessee. Super proud of our team. I just told them, don't ever take this for granted. Even, you know, when you're up 7-0 and you feel like you got the game in hand, it's hard to win a regional. And we see the upsets all over the country and the close games and games going to if games. And they just came out and they earned it. We talked about how it's going to be a hard day and we've got to earn it. And they did it. These ladies next to me and the other 22 on the team.
Thank you, Coach. As we wait for questions in the room, we'll start with a remote question from Maria.
Coach, it is not easy at all to get through a regional unscathed. There are plenty of game sevens going on today. Just how proud are you of your team for getting 1, 2, 3 wins and getting it done?
I am so proud. You know, it's hard to come out and be at your best every day and not get complacent, you know, and we had the 2-run rule wins. And as a coach, that's what you're concerned about is that we're going to think, oh, okay, we can show up or we should win. And they didn't do that today. And that's because we have great leadership within our team. We are a player-led team. And I can just watch the huddle and I know what's being said. And I know the right people are getting everybody on the right page. And I can't tell you how gratifying that is as a coach.
Go to Caleb and then to Mike.
Zaida, obviously in a weird situation where they're away team on your home field. Can you talk about hitting that first inning home run and just kind of setting the tone for the game offensively?
Yeah, I mean, home run's great, but it's kind of tough hitting behind Kiki just because I know like people are gonna start, I don't know, throwing around her, but she keeps me locked in, and if I'm able to start something so that the rest of the team can go, then I'm gonna do what I can do.
This is for both Payton and Karen. With the bases loaded in those first 2 innings, what were you able to do to get out of that? And Karen, what did you see from Payton in those moments?
For me, I just kept attacking and kept throwing my pitches. I feel like I kind of got away from that a little bit. Just trying to do too much with them at one point, but just kept going at him and kept attacking.
Payton has another gear, you know, and you saw it today when things got a little hairy. And then all of a sudden she's just spinning the heck out of the ball and she's throwing her best stuff. And, you know, I haven't told her this, but back in the fall, where she's pitching and I'm like, I don't know. That's not the kid that struck out 13 of us 2 years ago. And then the game started and I was like, oh, there she is. She just loves to compete. So, you know, when the situation's the toughest and the tightest, she's at her best.
And then Zaida, this is for you back here in the back. This is the 3rd time, I believe, this season that you've had multiple home runs in one game. Obviously, the last one against NKU. What was your mindset coming into this weekend? What allowed you to be so successful in the regional?
Just attacking. And my process, actually, never mind. But I was sick this week and I didn't really get to practice the whole week. So I was kind of nervous myself, but I mean, we had BP on the field Friday and I said, oh, okay, I'm fine. So
she only practiced one day.
Yeah.
I think that's how phenomenal she is.
Thank you, Karen.
Go back online and take a question from Maria.
Coach, according to the TV broadcast, Sophie Kleiman had not pitched in something like 4 to 5 weeks. There was theory that perhaps there wasn't a lot of scouting on her, or not a full scout because she hadn't been seen recently. It looks like your batters figured her out their second time around, and that led to that huge inning, of course, to bust out that 7-0 lead.
Well, you know, Chris does a great job preparing our hitters with the scouting. And, you know, we get video on pretty much everybody. We may not have had as much on her, but the other thing he does a good job of is likening someone like that to someone we've seen. And I think that's one thing our team trusts is that we're not going to see anything in postseason that we haven't seen in the SEC or earlier in the year. So that's what they were doing is saying, hey, she's like, so-and-so. And I think that kind of helped them settle in. And I'll tell you, the key at bat to really get us rolling, start of that 5th inning was Katie Taylor. When she smoked that line drive to right field, we talk about it. We just need one person to show the way, and she showed the way, and that got everybody else rolling that inning.
Zaida, after your second homer, it looked like Karen stopped you by the dugout and pointed into the stands at something. Did you find what you were looking for, and what was that?
So yesterday,
You're going to need to explain like the whole thing.
Okay.
What happens?
so when you get a home run, your parents are in the stands, the locos will say a cheer, like do your Lady Vol dance to whoever's hit the home run's parents. And my parents aren't here. So her sister Kathy volunteered yesterday to be my parent if I had a home run. And so that's who I was looking for. I was looking for her sister Kathy.
And I was like, you have to dance. You have to dance.
Yeah.
Coach, obviously things got a little hairy there in the 7th inning. What gave you the confidence to stick with Carlin through the end of the game?
Carlin's competitive too. I mean, even when Carlin, like you said, it gets a little hairy, and we had a cushion. I felt it was really important for her to get on the field and just experience a postseason atmosphere. And I think somebody said when you look down to see if Payton was ready, we needed her to go back in, they're like, I think Carlin saw that, and then she was like, oh no, here we go. And they're all competitors. They want to stay in, and they believe they can get the job done. And they know that I trust them to get the job done.
Coach, you talked about how you told the team to not take this moment for granted. You guys have accomplished so much. What does it mean to you? I guess, can you sit back in this moment and realize you're back to a super regional and back to hosting a super regional here in Knoxville?
Yeah, it's been 2017, I think, since we hosted one. And I mean, the last 2 years were bitter. I was a bitter pill to swallow. And, nobody hurts more than the players who go through that. And so I think they all have such a great appreciation for how hard it is. And the ones who suffered through those regional losses these last 2 years, especially to do it on your home field. I mean, you don't want to lose a regional in front of your home fans. And so there was just that extra motivation, knowing that we're a good team and we could get this done, but nothing is easy. Nothing's given to you. You're going to have to fight and scratch and claw for everything you get. And I think that's what is so gratifying to me, because I know that's what they did.
Zaida, how much different did this game today against Indiana feel than yesterday's? I mean, obviously he had that huge delay yesterday, but it looked like Indiana was a tougher out today, maybe than before. What was it like? What did this game feel like?
Well, personally, I felt fine, calm. The team felt calm too, but a team is going to be different the next day. So we couldn't just go out there and just say, oh, we run ruled them yesterday. They're a great team, great hitters, great pitching staff. So we just had to come and play like we were the underdogs.
Karen mentioned it's 2017 since the last time you all hosted, 2019 since you advanced to the super regionals at all. For the players, just how special is it to be able to stay at home, and what is that a reflection of, that your success is allowing you to stay at home in the supers?
Start with Payton and then to Zaida.
It's just really special because our fans mean so much. So just be able to host and then win for them is amazing. And for me, like, I haven't played in a regional yet, so this is pretty cool just to have them out there cheering for us every single pitch. So it's just great that we're able to come back another weekend and do this all again.
I was one who experienced the loss during regionals on our field, and it was tough, but I don't know. It felt good. It felt great. But it's special here. This is home, and home away from home, actually. So I love being here. I love playing Karen. So
Go back online to Maria.
Coach Weekly, obviously you celebrate this evening, and then Texas will be coming to town. Just how big of a matchup is that of the two UTs? Yeah, I know you tried to play earlier this season, but the game got rained out, so a little bit higher stakes this time.
Well, Maria, honestly, I haven't even thought about Texas. We talk about celebrating everything you achieve and celebrate till midnight, and then we'll turn that page and we'll look ahead at Texas. Obviously, anybody who makes it through a regional is really, really, really good. I mean, the last 16 standing, it's going to be a battle. I mean, every super regional I've been a part of, going way back to the very first one in 05 with Abbott on the mound. They are not easy. They're going to be some really, really great games next weekend. So yeah, we'll do our homework. We'll get ready for Texas. You know, I don't know now if it's a good or bad thing that we didn't get that game played because of rain. But I think a lot of people will, you know, have a lot of fun with the two oranges going at each other.
Tennessee, thank you very much and congratulations on advancing.
Thank you.